This is the prototype, or a toil in this case, I made to check for necessary adjustments before transferring to the main fabric. What do you think about the first attempt? Let me know in the comments below. I have a linked detailed tutorial on how to draft a basic trouser in the description box. This pattern will be altered to create a straight cargo trouser. This is the front block. The hem is 13 inches. At the knee, add 1 inch seam allowance to the side. On the inseam, add 1.5 inches. Connect from the side to the hem and from the inseam to the hem. At the crotch, add 0.75 inch. Connect to the knee. Along the center front, connect the seam allowances of 0.75 inch to the crotch. On the waist, add 1.5 inch to the side. On the hip line, add 1 inch to the side. With a slight curve, connect from the knee to the hip and the hip to the waist. Add 0.5 inch seam allowance to the waist seam. Proceed to cut out. Take out the pattern. Next, cut out the visible pockets with 4 inches width by 6 inches depth. Connect with a curve and cut out. The pocket fabric measures 9 inches lengthwise and 16 inches widthwise. Place the cutout on one side. Place the cutout on the opposite side and cut out the side shape. Here is the pocket's form and how it will be attached to the trouser. For the back trouser, the hem's width is 15 inches. At the knee, add 1 inch by the side, 1.5 inch at the inseam. Connect the point to the hem. By the waist side, add 1.5 inches. Come down by 8 inches from the waist at the center back. Mark 1 inch for zipper allowance. From the 8 inches, mark 0.5 inch seam allowance to the crotch. Add 0.5 inches seam allowance at the waistline. Connect the markings. 0.75 inch at the crotch, then connected to the knee. Proceed to cut out. The band width is 6 inches with interfacing ironed, and it is to be placed on fold. The larger pocket bag is 13 inches by 10.5 inches. The pocket cover is 7.5 inches by 7.5 inches. The smaller pocket is 11.5 inches by 7.5 inches, while the cover is 7 by 7 inches. Moving on to the sewing machine. Sew the visible pockets first, right sides together by 0.5 inch. Notch along the curve, then flatten out to sew the hem by 0.5 inch, placing wrong sides together. Arrange the pockets in position. Top stitch the waist and side. Place the back piece on the front, right sides together. Sew the side by 0.5 inch. Leave 4 inches at the hem for folding 2 inches seam allowance. Open flat. This is where the pockets will be positioned. Starting with the larger pockets, place on fold, right sides together. Go in from the fold by 1.75 inches. Come down by 3.5 inches. Repeat same from the bottom. Sew a straight line, stopping at the 3.5 inches point. Backstitch at the end and starting point. Turn to the right side and see the gap in the middle. Back to the wrong side. Center the fold, stitching the top and bottom as shown. Mark 1 inch at the top edge for folding. Sew close to the edge. For the corners, mark 1.5 inches on the 2 long sides and the shorter side. The main pocket will now measure
6 in width, 8 in length.
Fold the sides along the marked line and sew by 0.25 inch. Flatten out. Then fold the shorter side and sew by 0.25 inch. At the bottom corner, bring the edges together to form a triangle. Sew the end of the triangle straight. Fold to the wrong side. Repeat this for the other corner. You will notice the pocket starts to take a box shape. Sew the pocket cover by folding it with the right sides together, sewing by 0.5 inch. Overlock the raw edges and turn inside out. Then overlock the open edge. See how the pocket cover will be positioned over the pockets. For the smaller pockets, mark 1.5 inches. The stitch length is 2.5 inches. Repeat the same process as done for the larger pockets. The smaller pocket should now measure
5 inches width by 5 inches length.
Measure 8 inches down. Mark 3.5 inches towards the front and 2.5 inches towards the back. On this line, place the pocket cover. Pin in place. Come down by 0.5 inch. Place the pockets. Outline the pocket's 3 corners, ensuring the fabric is flat since this is the hip area. Showing how the corners will be folded by
0.5 inch
and top stitched along the lines. From this pocket, measure 2.5 inches down. Place the smaller pocket cover. Come down by 0.5 inch. Place the pockets. Come in by 3.5 inches from the side and pin in position. Mark the corners. The other smaller pocket stays in front, 1 inch away from the previously positioned one. Pin it in place, ensuring it aligns perfectly. Measure 2 inches down from these pockets, then come in from the side by 2 inches to place the final pocket. Ensure there is at least 7 inches space from the hem of the trouser before folding, leaving about 5 inches after folding. Here I am adjusting upward by 1 inch. I decided to match the fabric for the smaller pockets with the larger ones. Back to the sewing machine, fold the pocket edges as earlier shown, flatten the top of the pocket, repeat same on the other side. This ensures the top width remains flat. Begin sewing along the longer side. Pivot at the corner. Continue stitching the shorter side. Pivot. Continue stitching the longer side, finishing with a back stitch. Collapse the 2 upper corners and top stitch. Sew on the pocket cover as shown. Flip it down and make a top stitch. On the wrong side, the pocket forms a box shape. Attach all pockets in the same way, ensuring the width of the upper pocket is flat before sewing. With all the pockets sewn, fold the hem of the trouser. Ensure accuracy by measuring. Sew the side seams completely. Now place the trouser on fold and sew along the inseam by 0.5 inch. Finish with a back stitch. Turn inside out. The hem is 13 inches after sewing. Repeat for the other trouser leg. Join the center front at the crotch with right sides together, stopping 1 inch above the zipper allowance area. Insert one leg into the other with right sides together. Sew the crotch seam in a U shape. Start from the center front, stop at the crotch. Then repeat, starting 1 inch above the zipper line. See the stop points. Turn both legs to the wrong side. Sew across the crotch. This tip helps the crotch area relax better. Turn inside out to attach the band. Right side of the band on the wrong side of the trouser. Sew by 0.5 inch. Add a 6 inches elastic starting 5 inches away from the side seam. Backstitch, stretch the band as you sew. Place the elastic going up from the waist seam by 1 inch. Sew on the other elastic. Fold the edge of the waistband by ½ inch. Pin in place before sewing. Stretch the band while top stitching along. Make a back stitch at the end. Stretch the band and top stitch the elastic for reinforcement. Repeat on the other side. Insert the zipper and this project is complete. If this tutorial was helpful, please drop a comment, like, share and subscribe. Don't forget to turn on your notification bell for more videos. Bye.